Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another video today. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Anna. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a full face of e.l.f. cosmetics. I really love e.l.f. They're one of the most affordable brands out there on the market, and they have some great quality products. If you have been following my channel for a little bit, you've noticed I've done a few full faces of different makeup brands. I find it's a great way to showcase some really affordable brands that you might be missing out on. So let's get started. Please give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. I put out videos twice a week. Now let's dive into it. Now I really love e.l.f. I've loved e.l.f. for a while. They're such a great, amazing brand, and I think sometimes they might be skipped out on because some people are worried they're so affordable, like so cheap, that some people are like, oh my gosh, they can't have great quality products. They gotta be bad. They're really good, and I'm here to showcase some of them. Let's start out with the primer. This is like one of my favorite primers, like ever. I really love it. This is the e.l.f. Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer, and this came out with their Mint Melt collection, which is one of my favorite collections by e.l.f. I have, I think, almost the whole collection. It's such a good one. I highly recommend it. Let's start off. First of all, it's just like really green, and oh, it smells minty. So if you like mint, just the smell alone. And let me tell you, it feels so nice going on. It is a cooling primer, so it feels so refreshing on a hot day like today. It's like 90 degrees outside. It's super warm. Put this on the face, it feels so nice. Also, let me tell you, this primer is a really sticky primer. Like, it sticks. It's gonna hold down your foundation. Some people, me especially, I really like a primer that kind of has a bit of a stick to it because you know it's going to kind of help hold down your foundation. So this is a great one if you like sticky primers. It's very nice. It doesn't feel sticky, like gross sticky, but like when you touch it, there's definitely a little bit of a stick. So you know your foundation's gonna hold down. And then we're gonna go into foundation. Now this is the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. This product kind of went viral on TikTok a while ago, and as you can see, it's very flat. I've used this a lot. It's one of my favorite like foundations. Well, technically it's not a foundation, it's a CC cream, but it's one of the most high coverage CC creams I have put on my face. It's amazing. I highly recommend it. It also has SPF in it, which we love. So let's put this on. I'm going to show you how much I love it. I recommend this so much to anyone. This is so great. And I'm going to use my e.l.f. complexion sponge. This is a really great sponge also. And let's just put that on. It's very thick, so you only need 1 or 2 pumps. And then just kind of, like, you can tell this is a high coverage foundation. It's a bit, I know it looks a bit yellow for me, but don't worry, once we blend it out, it looks pretty good. Now, if you're someone who doesn't like full coverage, yes, this is a CC cream, and you're like, this is quite intense for 2 pumps. Yes, I know. This is not light coverage. If you're looking for a very light coverage CC cream, this isn't gonna be it. But to all my full face of foundation peeps out there who really like full coverage, this is really good. Now, it looks very yellow on camera. I'm noticing as I'm looking, it looks very yellow on camera, but honestly, in person, it really doesn't look that yellow. I just think the lights are picking up the really intense yellow undertone, but I swear it's not that yellow. It's really not that bad. All right, so that's that blended in. I know it still looks kind of yellow on camera. That's just because of how bright my lights are. It's kind of picking up yellow, but it actually blends in really well to my skin tone. It looks very fine, very good. And as you can tell, 2 pumps literally covered the entire face, full coverage. Again, I can't recommend this CC cream enough to people who want to try a full coverage foundation that's not super, you know, expensive and also has SPF in it. So if you have to be out in the sun, you want to cover up some blemishes or anything, this is going to keep your face protected from the sun as well. Let's go in with a concealer. Now, I really love their CC cream concealer that kind of goes with the foundation. They're kind of in the same collection, but I decided to get a brand new concealer that I haven't tried yet by them, and this is the Flawless Brightening Concealer, and it kind of comes with this like brush. I've never tried this before. I just got it. So you gotta pump it a little bit. Come on. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now it's coming through. Okay. So this is kind of what it looks like. Let's try and just kind of put it. It's a brightening, which is good because I have some dark circles under my eye. I'm just gonna put it on all the spots that I usually kind of conceal just a little bit. I don't have any blemishes on my face at the moment, so I'm not gonna cover anything else other than kind of the highlighted points of my face. Now, weirdly enough, under my eye right here, it's kind of burning a little bit, but I'm not gonna mark that up to the concealer or anything because I do have really dry under eyes, and sometimes putting stuff on top of it can cause it to burn. Let's just blend it out and see if it kind of goes away, hopefully. So that seems to be blending in pretty nicely. I will say it's not as full coverage as the e.l.f. Cameo Concealer, but I do think it looks pretty decent. It's definitely making me look brighter, kind of brightening up those areas a bit, which is good. It did blend in pretty nicely. I do like it. It's pretty nice, especially if you just need a light concealer. You can kind of still see, I have some bags. I have sleeping issues, so I always have kind of dark circles or bags under my eyes, but that's okay. It does look pretty good though. It did brighten me up. I do have that dry spot under my eye, and that's the only spot it's kind of like stinging a little bit. All right, our base is looking pretty good. Now let's just add some definition to the face. We're going to use the Primer Infused Forever Sun-Kissed Bronzer. Yes, it's primer infused and it's supposed to help make it last. I've never tried this one. It's brand new. I saw it at Ulta the other day and I was like, okay, sure, I'll try it. So I'm just taking my fluffy brush that I really like to use for bronzer. I'm gonna dunk that in and let's just see how this looks. Okay, it's very warm, very intense. This is definitely not like a contour. This is definitely like to just full on bronze the face, which is why I'm not being very precise with it. I'm just kind of blending that all out. And you could see that just on this side of the face, it instantly just lifted it and warmed it up. Can you see the difference? Looks very nice. I've never really come across a bad bronzer. You can't really go wrong with bronzer, at least in my opinion. But yeah, it's looking good. I don't quite understand what primer infused is supposed to do, but I guess we'll see if it really lasts that long. But it is an interesting concept, you know, primer infused bronzer to make sure it doesn't fade. You look good. I like this bronzer. Very nice bronzer. Just take a nice fluffy blender brush and just kind of smoke it out. And there you go. Next, we're also trying a new product that I haven't tried from e.l.f. before, and this is the Putty Blush. Now, I've been getting more into like cream and liquid blushes, so this is kind of more of a cream blush. Let's see if anything comes out on my finger. I haven't swatched this yet. It's brand new. So that's the color. That's a very pretty color. I like that. Let's see. I think I'm going to apply first with my finger just onto the skin. And then maybe take a brush instead of, because I don't like dunking a brush in stuff like this, because then you get the little hair follicles stuck in there. So I think just putting some color on the face first. Ignore how red my hands are. I'm sorry. My skin condition is flared up today. And then I'm going to take my favorite little tapered brush for blush, and we're just going to try and get that to blend in a little bit. Now I think this would also be good with a sponge too. Let's try a brush on one side of the face and then use our sponge on the other, kind of see how they end up looking. That blended pretty good. We kept some of the color. Definitely looking warmer in the face now, but not too bad. Sometimes you got to be careful with blush. You could get really intense really fast, but I think that looked pretty nice. Let's try using our sponge on the other side and see the difference. I think sometimes the sponge can diffuse it a little bit more, so if you want less color, use a sponge. Yeah, I definitely think you could see the brush side a little bit more. The sponge side kind of blended out a little bit. You can kind of not barely see it really. So it's all about your preference if you want a brighter blush or a dim, very relaxed blush. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more color to my face. Take a little bit more. I'm kind of in the blush mood today. Usually I go for something incredibly diffused, but today I think I'm gonna go for a slightly brighter, wash of color on the cheeks today. But I do think that color looks nice. They did have quite a few different colors. They had some really light ones and then some really dark ones. I think I got like a medium. I don't know if this tells me a specific color, what color this one is. No, it doesn't have a specific color name on it. So I don't know what this one is. It's kind of like a mid-tone kind of pink. Now, someone in the comments, please let me know, does e.l.f. have highlighters? Because I went to Ulta, I went to Walmart, I could not find an e.l.f. highlighter for like the life of me. And I was like, I could have sworn e.l.f. has highlighters. But I looked through my whole makeup collection, I don't have one. Like I said, Ulta, Walmart did not have a single e.l.f. highlighter. So e.l.f., where are your highlighters? Because I feel like e.l.f. would make a really pretty highlight. I feel like they'd have great ones. If they do have any, if you're watching this and you're like, oh, I know a great e.l.f. highlight, please link it in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. But since there are no e.l.f. highlighters, I'm just going to use a different highlight today. I'm just going to use my favorite highlighter of all time, and that's the ColourPop Flexitarian highlight. If I had to pick one highlight for the rest of my life to use, it'd definitely be this one. Alright, now that I highlighted the face, let's move on. So sorry, I know this is supposed to be a full face of e.l.f., but like, e.l.f., where are your highlighters? Why can't I find them anywhere? Where do I have to go? Where are they? So let's go to the fun part now, which is the eyeballs. I love their little bite-sized shadow palettes. They're so cute. I have quite a few of them, but I went and bought a brand new one that I don't have yet. And this one is the Carnival Candy one, and that blue just stuck out to me, which is why I was like, I'm getting that one. So this is the colors. We're gonna do something very deep, kind of smoky today, I think. I think we're gonna use this as like our blending crease shade, this to darken it up, and then blue all over the lid, like really intense smoky eye. I think that's what we're gonna do today. Okay, now I'm a little closer to you so that we can do the eyes and you can actually see what I'm doing. So I'm going to take just a fluffy brush, and I think I'm going to take the brown shade in here, and we're going to use this kind of as our transition, like blending up in the crease. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put some of that concealer on top of my eye as kind of like an eye primer. That way I always like having a primer on, or at least a concealer. That way it just helps with the pigmentation of the palette. So let's just take that brown and we're gonna blend that I'm not gonna be precise with it, just kind of really blend it out. That's very pigmented. I like that. That's a nice warm brown shade. Yeah, that's a beautiful warm brown. I really like that actually. And like I said, just smoking that out, not being super precise or anything, because I want this to be a very smoky eye look. Alright, now I'm gonna take that same brush and I'm gonna take that like reddish brown color. We're gonna deepen that up, kind of going a little bit lower, but still very blended. Just blending the two kind of together, and also kind of down in this like lower corner here. Look at that. That is so pigmented. Oh, I really love this color. These two colors, I've only put 2 colors on my eye, but oh my gosh. So pretty. See, like, these are like $4 or $3 to $4, I think. And look at how pigmented those shadows are. You don't need to spend a lot of money to get great shadows, and e.l.f. is proof of that. Okay, I'm going to take a dense flat brush, and I'm going to take that sparkly blue here. We're going to try it with a brush first. Usually with any type of shimmer shade, I always like to use my finger, just because I think they come out a little better. But let's try it with a brush first. And I'm just going to apply that like all over the lid. Okay, not bad for the brush. That's coming out pretty well actually. We're just going to keep patting this down all over the lid. That is a very, very pretty blue. It is very pretty. And it's actually pretty pigmented too as well. Now what I'm going to do with that blue, I'm going to take that brown again. And I'm going to blend it so that it doesn't look quite as harsh on the outside there. We're just going to kind of blend that to really make it smoky. Okay, now that we're all like blue and smoky-eyed, let's smoke something under the eye. Let's take that reddish color and kind of go under the eye a little bit and smoke it out. Oh, there was some blue on this brush and now it's turning blue. Okay. So that ended up being a mix of the blue and the red under the eyelid. Now, I always like to say never be scared of the bottom lash line. Some people are like terrified of it, won't go near it because it just looks so intense right now. Once you put on eyelashes or mascara, trust me, it melts together really well, so don't be afraid of it. Now, I have this little e.l.f. metallic shimmer shadow in the color Ocean Eyes, and I just kind of want to put that on top of the blue a little bit just to kind of sparkle it up. I'm just going to take that flat brush and kind of blend it a little bit just to add some intensity that's kind of fading away once you blended stuff together. And that just added a bit of shimmer to the eye. Now, I know e.l.f. has eyelashes on their website, but I don't have any, so I'm just going to put on a different set of eyelashes, and then we'll continue on to the lips. Okay, so I'm back. I put on some eyelashes. It really, honestly, eyelashes tie every eye look together. If you're ever questioning your eye look, you're like, did I do too much, too little? Just put on some lashes and fixes everything. It looks so good. Okay, so now we have one last thing, and we're going to do the e.l.f. Hydrating Core Lipstick. And I see this all over. I think it's so cute. It's got like a little heart in there, and I keep seeing it, and I saw it at Ulta. I've never tried it before, so we're going to try it. Hopefully it looks okay with this eye look because it is a pretty drastic eye look, but we're just gonna find out. So let's just go in. Kind of has like a watermelon kind of smell / taste to it. Like you could kind of taste it a little. It kind of tastes like a watermelon Jolly Rancher. Now, I don't know how pigmented this is supposed to be or not. I think it's mainly supposed to be like a lip shine, which is fine. It's very glossy. It went on very shiny. It's very creamy. I actually think it's a pretty decent color for this eye look. You don't want anything too intense or too crazy with an eye look this intense, but it does feel hydrating, very smooth, which is good because my lips are a bit chapped today. I do think it's very nice. This is a nice like type of lip shine you could just throw on with anything really, or keep in your purse to kind of as like a lip balm, kind of hydrating. It's not super dark or anything. I actually kind of like it. I think it's pretty cute. All right, well, this is the finished look using a full face of e.l.f. I haven't done something so bold on my eyes recently. I haven't done anything this intense, but I do think it turned out really well. You know, again, it was 3 shadows. I really do like how the face looks. That CC cream is one of my favorite foundations literally ever. The bronzer looked really good, warmed me up. I like the blush. This lip is really cute. e.l.f. does an amazing job with great quality at a very affordable price. I recommend e.l.f. to literally beginners or makeup fanatics who have been doing makeup for like years. e.l.f. just is really good. e.l.f. is just really great. I really love it. As you can see, my face looks pretty good. We look really cute today. I really like it. I can't say enough about e.l.f. I really can't. And I did try quite a few new products from them that I haven't tried before, and I can say nothing disappointed me. It looks really good. Again, I want to know if e.l.f. has highlighters. Someone tell me in the comments, or I'm going to have to go look it up because I could not find an e.l.f. highlight. I could not. I could not find one. So if you could let me know, that'd be great. Anyway, this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got to see some e.l.f. products and maybe you'll consider picking them up. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Also, comment down below your favorite e.l.f. products. I love to hear from you guys, so if you really like e.l.f., let me know. Comment their products down below that you just could not live without, your favorite e.l.f. product ever. And also, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, subscribe. I put out videos twice a week and I really appreciate it. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day.